Time for a story.
I can't see the man on the moon, Barney.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe he's gone to bed.
Yeah. Going to bed sounds like a good idea. I'm feeling sleepy.
Oh, me too. But before we go to sleep, let's go and listen to a bedtime story.
Yes.
Come on, everyone.
Oh, come on.
Hello, Arnie and Barney. Are you ready for a bedtime story?
Hello, Arlene. Oh, yes. We'd love to hear a bedtime story. Then we can snuggle up and go to sleep.
Would you like to listen to a bedtime story as well? You would? Then come and get comfy. I'll open the book. What's tonight's story? Let's take a look. Tonight's story is Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there was a young lad called Jack who lived with his mother on a humble farm. The farm was so humble that all they had was one single cow, and they didn't know how they'd get through the cold winter with so little. The only thing left to do was to sell the cow. So with a heavy heart, as Jack was very fond of the cow, he set off to market. Along the way, an old man stopped him for a chat. "That's a nice cow you have there," said the old man. "Yes, it is, but I have to take it to the market to be sold," replied Jack. "Why not sell the cow to me?" said the old man. "I'll give you a good price." "How much would you pay?" inquired Jack. The old man held out his hand to reveal 7 beans. "How about these 7 beans?" he said. "7 beans for a cow?" laughed Jack. "I may be poor, but I'm certainly not stupid." "These are no ordinary beans, my lad," said the old man. "They are magic beans, so magic that they will change your life forever." "Pah! I haven't got time for this," said Jack, and continued on his journey.
Magic beans? I've never heard of those before.
At the market, Jack tried very hard to sell the cow, but nobody was interested. Horses apparently were much more popular. Knowing he'd let his mother down, he and the cow trudged back home. On his way back, Jack saw the old man with the beans and knew what he had to do. "Here, take the cow and give me your magic bean," said Jack to the old man. "You have made a very wise choice," said the old man as he handed over the beans and led the cow away. When Jack returned home and his mother saw what he had done with the cow, she was very angry. "You sold our cow for these 7 beans? How will 7 beans keep us fed through the winter?" "But mother," Jack protested, "these are magic beans." "Magic beans?" shouted his mother. And with that, she threw the beans out of the window. The next morning, Jack woke up to find a huge beanstalk growing outside of his window. He couldn't believe his eyes. The beanstalk was enormous and grew high into the sky, as far as the eye could see and beyond. "I'm going to climb the beanstalk to see where it goes," said Jack. Jack began the long climb up the giant beanstalk. He climbed and climbed and climbed. Eventually, he climbed up through the top of the clouds and saw the most gigantic castle he had ever seen. Jack decided to go and see who lived in the castle, so he walked up to the huge front door and with all his might, he knocked on the door. There was a loud creak as the huge door opened, and out stepped a giant woman. "How did you get here?" the large woman said, surprised. "You'd best come inside quickly before my husband comes home and sees you." The large woman took Jack inside the biggest kitchen he'd ever seen. She made him a cheese and pickle sandwich, which of course was also much bigger than Jack. Suddenly, loud footsteps could be heard approaching from outside. "That's my husband returning," said the large woman, panicking. Jack hid under the huge kitchen table just as the large kitchen door swung open. "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman. I'll hunt him low, I'll hunt him high, and he'll make a good filling for my pie."
Oh, no. Jack is in real trouble now. What if the giant finds him?
"You must be imagining things, dear husband," said the woman. "Why don't you eat this lovely lunch I've made for you?" The giant gobbled his huge lunch in just 3 mouthfuls and then bellowed, "Wife, bring me my golden hen!" The wife placed a large hen on the table in front of the giant. "Golden hen, lay some eggs," said the giant. Jack watched in amazement as the hen did indeed start laying eggs, but these eggs were made of gold. The giant began to feel sleepy after his big lunch, and before long he fell asleep. Jack crawled out from under the table and climbed up right in front of the sleeping giant. Jack used all his strength to scoop up the golden hen. Then he climbed off the table and ran out of the giant's castle. As he ran, the hen began to cluck loudly, which woke up the giant. The giant began to chase after Jack. "Come back with my golden hen!" his voice boomed.
Quick, run, Jack, as fast as you can.
Jack reached the top of the beanstalk and began to climb quickly down. When he looked up, he saw the giant climbing down after him in a rage. "Mother!" he shouted as he approached the bottom of the beanstalk. "Bring me the axe!" Jack began chopping at the huge trunk of the beanstalk until finally, and with a loud creak, it began to topple and fall down. The giant fell with the beanstalk. He fell such a long way when he hit the ground, he made a big hole and was never seen again. Jack's mother was very pleased to see her son and noticed he had brought back a hen. "Golden hen, lay me some eggs," said Jack to the hen. The hen laid 4 golden eggs right in front of his amazed mother. From that moment on, Jack and his mother were never poor again. They sold some of the golden eggs and raised enough money to live happily ever after. The end.
Our story's done, the stars are bright. Here comes the moon to say goodnight. We've had some fun, some time to play. Now our dreams will light the way, and soon it will be a brand new day. Now our dreams will light the way, and soon it will be a brand new day.
Good night. Sleep tight.